Greetings, friends! My name is Charles Q. Banks, and I'd like to welcome you back to Charles' classic playthrough of Crash Bandicoot, the Sane Trilogy. And so now we move on to the penultimate secret level, Stormy Ascent. The level that was desired and wanted by no one because it was just too difficult. The creators wanted to spare the people who would play their beautiful game, Crash Bandicoot, my personal favorite game on the PlayStation, from having to play this level. And so they kept it out of the main game, but now they have included it as a free downloadable DLC, a downloadable content. It's quite repetitive, and here we go. I'm going to choose to play Coco, because I haven't given her enough love in this playthrough. A lot of people love Coco, and so here we go. Crash has already played Slippery Climb, and so we're going to allow Coco to play Stormy Ascent. She gets the short end of the stick, if you ask my opinion. My humble opinion. So here we are, the dreaded level. Infamous for its difficulty. It's being played, this game and its DLC is being played by just about every single YouTuber out there. Every single player, and I wouldn't have expected that. If not for this being put out on the PS4, I don't think anybody would have played this. Because also it's kind of one of those controversial things, like, it's a remaster of a game that came out way back when and is a product of a bygone age, so why did they even remaster it? Kind of like the Final Fantasy VII debate about whether or not it should have been remade at all, remastered. Because a lot of people love the original, and they are remaking it, but they're not just remaking it, they are making it new in terms of the actual gameplay. They're changing the gameplay. It's not going to be the same classic RPG elements of just, you know, turn-based style. It's going to be kind of like the other Final Fantasy games. Oh dear. Like Final Fantasy XI, I suppose. Final Fantasy XII? I'm not sure. I don't keep up with Final Fantasy. It's not one of my favorite games. I remember playing it for the PS1 on the PlayStation Underground. Oh, okay. There were demo CDs. CDs! Your voice is cracking like a pubescent boy. Puerile person. Anyway. So yeah, I played Final Fantasy VIII on one of those demos. And it was really fun, but the difficulty was definitely prohibitive. I'm a casual gamer, I consider myself a casual gamer, and I still liked Crash Bandicoot, because it's easier than Final Fantasy VIII. You gotta give it that. Anybody can play and get through Crash Bandicoot. Not everybody can get through the incredibly slow, laborious game that is Final Fantasy VIII. And, I've never played Final Fantasy VII, but so many people love it because it really established a lot of the RPG tropes of the modern day. And so they really... I don't know why I couldn't make it through there. Anyway. Starting over again, there are many less checkpoints than usual in this level. So, I don't mind that they're remaking it with the original, without the original in mind, kind of. Like, I don't mind, especially since I didn't ever play the original Final Fantasy VII, I don't mind that they are making a completely different game out of it. They're just slapping the title of Final Fantasy VII onto a new game with new gameplay mechanics. They're just reusing characters and assets, I guess, from the old game. Not literally, but assets in terms of ideological assets, like the title character, and areas, and the story. So they don't need new writers to come and write them up a new Final Fantasy game. They have the story right there. They just are changing and coming up with new gameplay mechanics. I think that's pretty cool. It's a little shameful, I suppose, because they're not putting the work into a new story when they could just come up with a completely brand new game. But there are a lot of people that are really mad about that. I'm not really going for all the Wumpas anymore. Just going for completion of this level. And I'm glad I finally got to a checkpoint. Don't have to go through that horrible mess again. Like, the actual distance I'm traveling upward, vertically, is not that far from the start, but there's a lot of ground that's being traversed in between from all of those back and forth platforms. So this is one of probably the longest level in all of Crash Bandicoot. Man, that was a close jump. I think all of them are... Oh, okay. And there was a checkpoint right there. It's always how it is. Hup. 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 Huppity. Boopity. Pow. So yeah, people are playing this a lot. And I'm really glad of that, because Crash Bandicoot hasn't gotten the love it's deserved. Oh. Didn't work this time. Hasn't gotten the love it deserved for a long, long time. And hasn't had a legitimate entry into the series platforming game since the originals, which is just staggering to me. It staggers me. Causes me to lose my balance. I bought so many Crash Bandicoot games when I was, not recently, but some years ago. Almost every single Crash Bandicoot game that wasn't a party game I bought, because that was lucky. Because I wanted to play a game that was similar to the originals, and it was never the game that I wanted. Every single game was disappointing. In some way or another. So finally, they've gone back to the roots, like, literally. And I find absolutely no problem with that. Like, this is what they're not doing with Final Fantasy VII. They are not just recreating it with updated graphics. Hup. Made it. Nailed it. And now they're being much more liberal with their checkpoints. Somewhere down here... Oh. Yep. I died. Somewhere around here you can jump down below the platforms in order to get further without having to go through all this madness. It's right there. It's right there. Made it. See, that's a little exploit. Man, wasting my Akuakus. Because they're invincibility frames that I could have taken advantage of in such a situation as this. Ah! Ah! Okay. Hiya! That was the wrong place to jump. Oh man. I'm kind of rusty right now. I haven't played Crash Bandicoot for about a week. And that's because... partially because I was just frustrated. You'll notice that I have a different number of lives and a different number of gems. I don't know why that hit me that second time and not the first time. Anyway... It's just an element of randomness they included in the game to make it more fun every single time you play it. Which it really doesn't. Lost Akuaku in the same place I did before. But yeah, I lost my save file for this game. I got all the way here to Slippery Climb, or no, to, Stormy Ascent, and lost... Oh, okay. Lost the save file, and had to go all the way back to Koala Kong, which is about halfway back. And that's really frustrating, and I just lost it. I was like... I didn't rage quit, I just disappointment quit. I didn't have, like, anger in my heart, I was just completely discouraged by it. I was like, I can't do this. But recently, I've replayed it and gotten different gems this time than I did the last time, because I don't know why, but every time I play it, it is kind of different because of that randomness factor. I got the yellow gem instead of the blue gem. I didn't die in certain levels, so I got different gems. Thank the Lord. That's something I say a lot, thank the Lord. Can't thank him enough. But oh! Okay. Woo. Nerve-wracking. This entire level is... I'm, like, shaking. Could be because of the amount of coffee I've consumed today, but... It also could be of nervousness. Can't really tell. I really hope I get through this, at all, but in this... Oh, jeez. In this playthrough. In this, episode. I don't want to have to split this in two. Kind of need those now. Okay, I don't know why I lived through that. Inconsistent hitboxes can be a mercy and a frustration. Well, not if you die afterwards. So, yeah, so that's one reason why I haven't played this game. There's been, like, 3 days in the interim between... Oh, okay, I didn't mean to do that, but, oh, whatever. Just go, okay. Never mind. That's not really a valid strategy. The other part of me not having played this game in a week was that I went to Comic-Con this last Friday. And the Colorado Springs Comic-Con. Let me know in the comments if you actually went. I was there myself. I saw literally all of the booths. Went to Doug Walker's panel. The Nostalgia Critic. This game is so inconsistent sometimes. I think especially because it's this level. It actually probably had... Why? Anyway. So I went to Comic-Con. It was my first Comic-Con ever. I don't know why, since I used to be a big comic book lover. A Spider-Man lover. I got all of the action figures from multiple different eras of Spider-Man, and they're all still in my garage. And so I've kind of gotten over that phase of being really into Marvel superheroes and DC superheroes. I still love Batman to death, but, oh, I think you can just, yeah, do that. That's nice. So, going to Comic-Con, I'd always wanted to go to Comic-Con as a child, but this time, having grown up, and having shifted my focus almost entirely, there's just no way to get up from that. You just die. Having shifted my focus entirely to anime, I have a really different view of what I want. Like, I don't just want action figures. I want, like, figurines. And I don't just want, like, prints of comic book pictures. Which were basically all that was at Comic-Con, were mostly prints and, like, calendars and posters, and I don't care about those things. And so, it was actually pretty boring in terms of the items. I didn't buy a single thing, just because I wasn't into it. I wasn't excited by it. Even though I used to be really absurdly excited by those things. But at the same time, it has to do with, like, the grunge factor. Comics used to be more fun and interesting, and now they're just dark, gritty, and sexual. Well, thanks, platform, for pushing me off. And so, I really dislike that about modern stuff. I mean, it's also partially due to, I've seen a change in comics because of things like the Avengers movies, and the, Marvel-Disney Alliance, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now it's really mainstream, and that interesting flair that used to be there, where only geeks used to like those things, it's totally different now. And, I just wasn't interested in the items at all. But I got chased around by a Deadpool, mimicked by a Deadpool. Oh man. Which, you know, if you go to a Comic-Con, you have to have that experience. It was quite fun. I challenged him to a duel, which he quickly backed off from. Which made me felt really good about myself. I was just too impressive of a specimen. Or he just didn't think I was worth his time. Anyway, it was really fun. It felt like I really was part of the comic book community, even though I'm really not. And I'm really part of the Doug Walker Nostalgia Critic community, even though I haven't really been. I've just watched some of the YouTube videos, and I'm subscribed to him. But, yeah, this is my first panel I've been to him, and he was really nice, just kind of a normal guy. I expected him to go a little more crazy, but he was funny. And it was just a question and answer, nothing fancy. A very small group, especially because it was in Colorado Springs. Most of the people here are more interested in athleticism than comic books. Yes. No! Why did that... This level is very inconsistent in its difficulty. That's what makes it hard. It's not that the jumps are super difficult. Some of them are, but it's that the hitboxes aren't exactly what you would expect of them, and the timing is off sometimes, and it's just not consistent. Oh, man. See, by rights, I should have gotten hit at that moment. But I wasn't. There we go. I can do that every time, I have to remember that. Yeah, so that's what I did over the weekend, and, it really took a lot out of me. So that's probably the main reason why I haven't uploaded at all. I just haven't had enough energy. Good luck, you're gonna need it. You bet, people. This is really hard. Who'da thunk? That was perfect, and I lost my Aku. Blast! Blimey. Had to take a drink of coffee. Hopefully I'm, like, 2/3 through this level. Yes! That's usually what an embryo level means. Okay. I did the wrong thing. Fell off and died. So yeah, so I was really tired, couldn't upload anything. Until now. Right, like, half a second off from making that jump. That's ridiculous. You have to be perfect in this level, which is why they deleted it from the original game. Making it. Okay, not sure if I was supposed to do that. Oh, there's Embryo over there. Pouring his mixed drinks. No! Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bah! I did it. Made it through. Get out of here, Embryo. Why did you make such a hard level? Yeah, Embryo is one of my favorite characters. I think my favorite character is besides Crash in this game. And my favorite boss, definitely. Because he's green. His skin is slightly green. He has red eyebrows. I like red hair. Gotcha! Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think we're almost through to the end here. I remember this being a thing. Because I have played this game. Oh! Perfect! Okay. What? Oh, there was another checkpoint. That's good. I am glad. I was going to rage out, but then I caught myself. This game is nicer to me than I thought. And this game is easier than everyone thinks. Everyone compares it to Dark Souls, and I can see why in very specific ways, like, it's difficult, and... Oh! She just falls on her bum-bum. Her boopity-bump. But, yeah, it's completely ridiculous to actually compare this to Dark Souls. Because it's a platformer, it's not an RPG. There are so many things you can do in Dark Souls to make it easier for yourself that you can't do in this one. So in some ways, this is actually harder than Dark Souls. But not really. Like I say, any child can get through Crash Bandicoot. Not every child is going to try and get through Dark Souls. I read somewhere... I'm just trying to time this. I read somewhere that there was a statistic that only, like, 4% of all people who played Dark Souls made it through... Or, no. Like, 14%. Something with a 4 in it. That's all I remember. Made it through and beat the entire game of Dark Souls. Maybe that's changed now. Maybe, like, 40%, but... a huge majority of people played, like, 14% of the beginning part, like the first level, and gave up. And yet, the game has a massive approval rating by, you know, players everywhere else. Which means that the people who play it gave it a good score based on, like, the first 20 minutes of the game alone. And then people who actually did play through to the end gave it a much higher score. So, yeah, difficulty has nothing to do with a bad rating. Yes. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Why is that so hard? It's so fast. I'm going silent, going radio silent for a moment in order to make sure I get through this. I wish I had an Aku there. Oh man, we're coming up on time. Which is not good. Okay, gotta keep this Aku. Whew. This is tense. Cheer me on, everyone. Wish me luck. I say everyone, there are probably only like 15 people who will ever see this. No, please, no. Okay. Ugh! That's frustrating. Made it all the way through with Uchibiga. And it didn't matter. That's just great. There's a reason, good reason, why they didn't put this in the original game. Yeah. Like my song, everybody? Like my song? Oh! Okay. No! Please, no. Oh, my. I'm not prepared for this. I was not prepared for this challenge going into it. Okay. If only there were boxes that could be checkpoints. That would be really, really nice, wouldn't it? Yes. 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 So much jumping. So many sneakers smacking into the cement. Oh, this is a faster stairway. Up! Up! Checkpoint, hallelujah! Checkpoint, hallelujah! I can't even see over there. There we go. This is the hardest part. I remember dying a whole lot. Because the original game, you could actually play this level if you installed Game Shark. Oh, that was completely wrong. I don't know where I'm going. It's really cruel, because those spikes give you the illusion that you can platform your way back on top of the spikes with the invincibility frames. But you can't. They will kill you anyway. Oh, yeah! Cisco, that's what you gotta do with that. Oh! Okay. Where are they going? Where? I am confuzzled. Okay. That's fine. That's easy. Good. Oh! No! Oh, why? Okay. 5 minutes left. 4, technically. But I can do this. I mean, it's really, really exciting when you're about to complete a level that you really had a hard time on. Oh, man. And, it'll be really, really, really relieving and just feel so good when I get through it. That's part of the charm of this game, and the charm of Dark Souls. One of those things that is actually, reminiscent of the other. Oh. Come on. Oh! Well, that made no sense, but okay. I'll take it. I'll take any free, non-deaths, thank you. I like non-death. Okay, that's the way you have to do it. You just have to memorize all of the... Okay. That's really nerve-wracking. This whole game can be nerve-wracking. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, really? Oh, man. Didn't expect to actually make that. Thank you, Aku, for finally caring and coming to my aid after I've died so many times. Oh, I've died over 50 times. That's great. Ugh! Yeah, okay. Oh, gosh. Oh! I'm getting impatient. That's what. And I'm coming up on time. So, whatever. I mean, if I've, you know, clipped out in the middle of multiple... Oh, that was totally wrong timing. Oh well. I'm coming up on time. Oh, okay. Might as well just stand here until I die. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to save it here. Thanks for watching, everyone. God bless. Remain classy. We'll get back to Stormy Ascent in the next episode. Cheers.